Welcome to Election 360 on your Election Command Center. And this morning I have Koku Anyidoho. Anyidoho, how is it? How has it been going for you?
Well, Stephen, it's good to see you again. I haven't seen you in a while.
Nice to see you. I know. I mean, I remember that during the Professor Mills campaign period, you and I crisscrossed the entire country, man.
You know, it was interesting working, those days. I mean, hitting the road and pushing the agenda of the professor, and of course, victory came.
Yes.
And I think you were with me in the castle.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, until
we became the presidential correspondent for a while.
Loyalty. I rewarded.
I know.
A lot of you that I worked with in opposition, I made sure I continued. Like I was telling somebody off camera, it was a family that I was building. The moment you begin to think that the people are working for you and that they need you more than you need them,
then you miss it.
You miss it.
So what have you been up to politically now? I mean, I know that it's a political season. For someone like you, you should be playing some roles.
Well, as it is now, I mean, I just came back from the Volta region. I went to check my name on the register in my village in Tanyigbe, Osegbadwe branch. It is there. No names were removed from it. I had a media engagement in Ho Swiss FM on Monday morning. But as it is now, I don't have locus for the longest since 2001. From the youth.
When you say you don't have locus, you're not playing any.
I'm not an official.
In your party,
I'm not an official office holder. You understand? I mean, times have changed, and I'm not worried about it because I don't think I was born to be an office holder for life. So there are those who are in office today. Let them do what we used to do when we were in office. And, we're not fighting anybody. I mean, because the problem you're going to have, and it happened to me when Ufoson Pofo, the national chairman, had to go to the CID over that alleged voice recording. I showed up that morning to show solidarity, even though I was not the deputy general. Again, usual, why not? When my issue happened, people showed solidarity. But the way I operate, so I didn't go there just for the sake of being there. So while we were there, one of your colleagues, your media colleagues, was doing a live broadcast. And I was following him. And I knew that what he was saying about the NDC and what we were doing at the headquarters was a bit not correct. So I approached him. Masa, what you are doing is not right. We are not here misconducting ourselves. So of course in the melee, he decided that okay, then why don't you speak live yourself? The general secretary of the party, Asiedun Ketia, openly. Who is that who wants to interview Koku Anyidoho? Don't you know he has just gone for an election and lost? I am the general secretary. Come and interview me. That was Asiedun Ketia. And I'm saying it for the first time before the cameras. Now, when the general secretary thinks that he can embarrass you just because you went into a contest with him, so I won't wake up any morning again and go on radio or television and want to claim to be an official voice of the NDC.
So you were hurt?
It's not about being hurt. I think that it was disrespectful. And I have not entered politics for anybody to toy around with me. Because I'm well schooled, well brought up, gainfully employed. It was President Mills who picked up a phone one day in 2005 and called me respectfully. That's why I respect that man and I loved him to date. And that's why today I'm the founder and CEO of the Tamils Institute. And I'm enjoying working for myself. So when somebody seeks to embarrass you just because you went into an election with him, and just for the records, whatever happened at Trade Fair happened at Trade Fair, Everybody remembers that I stayed till the very end. And I was like, hey, this thing has to come to an end. And it did come to an end. And so we moved on. This thing, so people say, who bitter about what? The same as Asiedun Ketia. So we had finished Congress in 2018. 2019, January, he calls me on phone. And respectfully, I picked it. And he says, you know what? We are setting up the Presidential Primaries Committee. So that was the time that the Slimensas and the Joshua Alabis and the Bagbins wanted to contest to lead the party. Of course, former President Mahama. Asiedun Ketia called me and said, look, I'm setting up this committee or the party. I need you to serve on the committee to give it what? Neutrality. Those were his words. And I'll quote him any day. To give it neutrality and credibility.
You didn't think that expression was fair?
No, it was fair. No, I'm just making a statement. And that almost all executives had compromised themselves by way of supporting a particular candidate. So the other contestants are saying that they cannot trust the executives. And so he's calling me, pleading with me to serve on the committee so that the other contestants will feel comfortable. And Stephen, I served on it, the presidential primaries. So for the record, those who say that I got better after some election, I didn't get better. So I served on that primaries because Johnson Asili called me on phone. He gave me respect, is that not it? So I served on it. And that's the committee that elected President Mahama.
Was this before that embarrassment you spoke about, or was after?
No, this is after. This is after.
After that embarrassment.
After the no, this is before the embarrassment.
That's before the embarrassment.
So this happened in January or something of 2019. Then, for some purpose, matter happened later on that year, and then this embarrassment, and then I'm like, hey, hold on. Nobody's going to turn Koku Anyidoho into a rag because of NDC politics. If the General Secretary wants to embarrass me because I went into a contest with him, I won't speak again. I will speak for the Tamils Institute.
But you were
that one also has become a problem.
You were his deputy for 4 years.
And I served him loyally.
So I don't.
And I didn't seek to just contest him.
What went wrong?
And nothing went wrong. And I didn't seek to contest him out of an inordinate desire. He, Asili Nketia, gave me his word that he was not going to contest for the 4th time. So at the time that I made the declaration, it was because he had given me his word that he wasn't going to contest for the 4th time.
And then
why he chose to contest, that's up to him and his conscience. But that wasn't going to get me to chicken out of the race. No. I went to the wire. I'm happy. I enjoyed the contest. So now I work for myself as the founder CEO of the Tamils Institute. But for the records, I am still NDC, and nobody's going to push me out of the NDC.
So I will focus a little bit on that later. But let's, since you just mentioned, let's touch on this at Tamils Institute. What does it stand for?
Well, it's a civic education and public policy advocacy think tank. It's something that President Mills and myself used to dream about. Because I think at a point, my master plan was that after 8 years of the Mills presidency, knowing very well how my loyalty to him wasn't going to sit well with subsequent leadership, because I'm not
stupid. How do you come to this conclusion?
Because I know it is
loyalty with the man
Stephen,
didn't sit well with other people.
Stephen, why? Man, know thyself. That's it. Know thyself. Understand human nature. Understand human existence. Jesus Christ had only 12. Even the purse keeper went and took bribe. Somehow he ended up committing suicide. Yeah, he had only 12, but even the purse keeper, you are keeping the purse.
So you acknowledge that there were elements within the party who didn't feel comfortable
but if you have
with your loyalty with men?
Certainly.
And then they would like to remove you from the...
Let me just give you a typical one. I'm sure you remember the heads must rule.
I remember.
Supposedly. This was an interview I granted on Joy FM. You were then the multimedia.
I was there.
Must have been Natalan Atto. I've gotten to know that he granted the interview. Stephen, the lights had gone out.
And you made a statement which...
And I made a statement.
You attributed to the president when you had not consulted him yet.
Yeah. No. I had. And I made a conditional statement that investigations will take place. And if anybody is found culpable, heads will rule. The lights came on, they played the match, and then so no head ruled. Subsequently, the whole thing was turned around that I had gone on air and assumed some authority and had gone to dismiss the ECG boss and that I had become too powerful. That was the talk. So I must be dealt with.
Were you too powerful?
I couldn't have been too powerful. I was loyal to a president who was loyal to me. There was a principle of reciprocity. He loved me, I loved him. There was loyalty. There was trust. I was writing his speeches for goodness sake, which means that in humility, I was putting words in his mouth. We had to trust each other for me to be able to craft speeches for him. And one such speech, I remember, and I will take credit for it, which he delivered at the AU summit in Addis on Kwame Nkrumah. That's how the AU adopted the 21st of September as a special event day on its calendar. And I'm happy that I worked for him. I mean, the depth of knowledge, unbelievable. The fountain of knowledge, deep to drink from. So basically, so then that story was turned around as if I had usurped the powers of the president and dismissed somebody. 8 years down the line, Stephen, about 2 months ago, on the same multimedia platform, Samson Ladi Ayeyene now comes out openly and says, look, Samson, I produced the program that day. Koku didn't sack anybody. I'm like, after 8 years, God, you really exist. But what happened? That heavy orchestration in the immediate aftermath of let's finish him.
So I like your words, heavy orchestration.
Oh, yeah.
You get the sense that there were elements which wanted you out. Can you be specific? Are there particular people?
I'm not going to go into specifics. But you have to know, even as you sit here on screen, who says people don't want you out of that seat? It's human nature. But once you're aware, you don't ensconce yourself in it. You understand? The awareness allows you to ring fence the people. And Professor Amos used to have a very fine phrase that every time we discussed. Sometimes people will walk into his office, and when they are going, he will call me. So we will walk past each other. And so as you have gone, I've entered. Then you ask you, did you meet Stephen? I said, I met Stephen. Don't worry. They want me to get you out, but stay focused. I just want you to know them. Know them, but don't let them know that you know them. So, Stephen.
So that's how you are.
Oh, that's how I've survived.
Let's narrow it down now to your current relationship with Johnson Asiedu Nketia. Do you have a
relationship?
Oh, no,
it's still there. I mean, if he calls me today, in spite of that kind of thing, why? If he gives me the respect and he calls, why not? But unfortunately, I'm busy now with the Atamos Institute. There's too much on my plate. I'm the vice chairman of the Council of African Political Parties. I'm consulting for so many political parties across the land.
Oh, you're consulting for so many political parties. You're consulting for the MPP too?
No, I'm not consulting for the MPP.
Because I asked this, a lot of people are of the view that since your arrest, you've mellowed and you appear to be in bed with your opponents, the MPP, that, there have been photographs of you circulating in your work where you've met with former presidents, Akufo and...
How did I go and meet President Akufo? It was because we're working on the biography of President Mills. And so we had to go and interview President Akufo. Subsequently, last year, I had to go and invite President Akufo for the first seminar of the Tamils Institute. Because don't forget, President Akufo has his Akufo Foundation. You understand?
Yeah.
And so President Mills is in the league of former presidents. My orientation is because I have worked with a president before. So I'm not petty. I'm not petty around the presidency. Why? Former President Rawlings. I go to him, even that one, some people think that, oh, what are you doing? Yes, if you work around the president and you want to be open-minded, why, today President Akufo-Addo is the president. What can you do about it than to give him his due respect? You understand? Former President Akufo, former President Rawlings.
So it's not a true reflection that you're leaning towards the MPP.
How are you leaning? How are you
making your party's quest to win power difficult?
How so?
You don't have any smooth relationship with John Dramani Mahama.
Who said so? That's a figment of your own imagination. Every leader, every leader.
Are you working to ensure he wins?
Every leader decides who his aides should be. Jesus Christ had only 12. Is that not it?
Yeah.
Peter was a rock on which he built his church. Subsequently, all leaders have had their aides, and that one they are allowed to.
So you are not within the aides.
So if you don't have that role to play, why go and usurp somebody's powers? People have appointments.
But you're a member of the party. You don't need a role in order to promote
that is why I will go to
your party's win.
That is why I will go to my region and go and work. But I'm not going to usurp anybody's powers for anybody to come and think that I'm desperate for some recognition. You understand? And
what work would you be doing
in
your region if you
I work. I don't perform magic.
In what capacity would you be working in your region if you go?
Well, I'm just from there. I went to check my name, granted a few interviews. Because actually, what we do on radio and television is infinitesimal as compared to what really happens on the ground. The real work is on the ground. As we're on television today, how many people are watching? It's raining. People's roofs, taflache, leaking. People are stuck in traffic. So a lot of the work is on the ground. What we do on TV and radio is just additional. It's complementary. And so, yes, on the ground, when I get to my constituency, I know what to do. When I get to my region, I know what to do. In my neighborhood, I know what to do. But I'm not going to be on radio and television going into a banter as someone think that you should do. Now, I used to work for a candidate President Mills.
May he so rest in peace.
May he so rest in peace. God bless his soul. Then I used to work for a president. When the president passed on, I didn't desert the party. Now I worked for the party as deputy general secretary.
But you feel deserted by the
party
party
now? At all. No. It's a contest. Somebody must win. And in 2020, December, somebody will win and somebody will not win. It will not bring Ghana to an end. Elections results will be declared in December. Somebody will win, somebody will not win, as has been since 92. It doesn't bring the world to an end. So Koku not be.
And whether it's a comfortable lead or not, somebody else will win.
Somebody who's going to win. Somebody will win. Jean Mensa will declare some results. Whether you and I like it or not. Unless Christ comes before 7th December, there will be some declaration of results. Whichever way, we have one entity called Ghana. We shall stay in it. Nothing will happen. Nothing will burn. Because if you go against the laws will... In fact, yesterday when I was coming, on the stretch from Japan, Atimpoku, Akrade, boom, the heavy military presence.
That's about the secessionist issues, right?
My brother, you have no idea.
The
point I'm making is that if after the declaration of results, you want to misbehave, the state will clamp down on you. So go. If you are a young boy, young woman, and you think that somebody is going to mislead you because she didn't win an election and push you. And that's one thing I love President Mills for. Look, we've all been radicals before. 2004, when we lost the 2004 election, well, did we lose? Jake Okobechebilamte, may so rest in peace, when he went and declared MPP winner of that elections. Young men, we wanted President Mills to move us onto the streets. And one of the most profound statements that he made to me, and I don't run away from it, Koku, if it is God's will that I'll become president, 4 years will just pass and he will make me president. God forbid that I become president on the drop of a single pint, not even pint, a single drop of blood. Koku, I won't do it. If that's the reason why you would desert me, please go ahead.
Go ahead and desert.
I'm not going to allow any of you to go and drop your blood because of me at Amels.
So talking about these...
so to make the point, as we are making it, I'm just speaking to the youth down the line. NDC, MPP, I made it in CPP, UPP, whatever. After 7th December, don't let anybody deceive you. If you go and die, that is your business, because the state will clamp down on you. And we don't want lawlessness. It's the same to do with these secessionist people.
Yes, I'm interested in talking about the secessionist group. You are from that region. You just went, you checked your name and everything. What do you make of what is happening?
Stephen, I think that as a nation, what I saw yesterday, the heavy military presence, is comforting.
It doesn't intimidate you, that you get the sense that there are some conspiracies to keep military and armed security presence in the region ahead of the elections?
Oh, we have lived with conspiracy theories since time immemorial, and it's not about to end. The truth of the matter is that if it is a conspiracy theory, what is it based on? It certainly has some legs that it is standing on. If those who believe there's a conspiracy theory, then what are they doing to cut the legs of that conspiracy? Then there must be some strategy to counter it. But if you don't have a counter strategy, and you're only making, of course, within the academic discussion, why? It's good for classroom talk to go into conspiracy theories. Beautiful.
But the reality on the
ground. The reality on the ground.
Does not support the conspiracy?
I have heard the warlord of the Asogli, yes, Asogli state, Togbe Lakle Housu, whom I know personally, come out openly to say they are ready to put their warriors out to help government. Help government. It means that they are prepared to work in tandem with the state. So it means that there's a state authority, and the traditional authority is prepared to work with the state. Very sound talk. I've heard a chief in Mepe come out, say the same thing. Which means that if ordinarily in Volta region, people want to go about their duties, quietly.
So you would say the rest of Ghana shouldn't take these secessionists too serious because the Voltarians themselves
on the contrary. What I'm saying is that I like the strength with which movements are being made to stop them from spreading. No. This thing can be cancerous. If it's not nipped in the bud now, it can be dangerous. Why? We are in this sub-region. We know how things like these have started elsewhere. Of course, people are ready when they give up to anything. So all I'm saying is that the heavy military presence, the commitment by the chiefs. I heard the respected Togbe Teprehodo on radio also yesterday. Now, if I hardly hear Teprehodo Togbe on radio, for him to be out there, wow, then it means that the region is not sleeping on the matter. For that matter, the nation is not sleeping on the matter. And we ought not to sleep, Stephen. We ought not to sleep on this matter. I mean, whatever it is, the issues must be dealt with cogently, poignantly so that this thing doesn't fester.
You don't support secessionist ideology.
No, to be frank, in this day and age.
Secessionist for what?
How are you going to manage it? Even after you have succeeded, you'll be surprised. Then leadership becomes a problem. Who is going to lead and who is not going to lead? Then among the secessionists themselves, then there will be more splinter groups because we all fought for it. How come you alone want to have the power? Master, whatever it is, there's one Republic of Ghana. And I think that is what we must work to build, a better Ghana. A better Ghana.
I want to wrap up on what I want to call it the future of the NDC beyond the various blocks. I mean, the Atta Mills block, the Rawlings faction, the Mahama faction, and all of that. You recognize that former President Jerry John Rawlings' wife broke away from the party and has formed the NDP and is contesting the presidency. Your party, the NDC, from which she came from, is also contesting and seeking to win. Do you not think that these split positions within the NDC is going to be what will derail your party's quest to march forward?
There's one NDC, and there will always be one NDC. At every point in time, there will be one leader. That's it. And when you make those points, and I'll make it again. What happens is that I've made this point before and I've been insulted. I'll make it again because I really don't. Leadership rotates. Leadership, it rotates, and
today
it will rotate.
Today
is somebody, tomorrow will be somebody. What we do is that we must respect leadership. And as for the founder of the party, I'm not sure, as he is, we'll be able to replace him as a founder. So for as long as he lives, why don't we give him that respect that he deserves? Why? Who wants to toy with Jerry Rawlings for whatever it is? We're all human beings. We have our challenges. But one advice President Mills always gave me, Koku, irrespective of whatever is happening today, never allow anybody to mislead you, to say anything nasty about Jerry Rawlings. The day you go after Jerry Rawlings openly, that will be the end of your political career. Prof, wherever you are, thank you for that sound advice. Not that I was going to ever go after Jerry Rawlings, no, but to have a father figure and a boss who doesn't call you and advise you to go after people, rather gives you sound advice. Forever I will love such a boss. As it is now, we know people, and it is documented, who were recruited to go and be insulting the founder. Their names are in black and white. Their political careers are damaged forever. In that same book, it is said that Koku Anyidoho said that that's for him.
But these people have come up to deny. They've denied that they've ever played any roles like that.
Well, but this is there in the book.
Mr. Anjo, I want to ask you what you make of your party's chances in the 2020
I'm not going to go there because
election.
I'm not here as a pundit. I'm here as the founder and CEO of the Tamils Institute, and let me take
You're not interested.
I'm not going to go as a pundit. No. The EC will declare results.
The chances of your party to win.
No matter what I say, it will be taken upside down.
You're not interested in
I'm not
your
here as a
party's
pundit. I'm not here as a
electoral
pundit.
victory?
I'm not here as a pundit.
Do you think your party is likely to win?
Go and invite the national officers and let them tell you. Me, I will vote. That's for that one I know.
So what's the relationship between you and former President John Dramani Mahama now?
What do you want the relationship to be like?
Because I'm trying to figure out if you're going to vote for him. Will you vote for him?
But your vote is your secret. Why do you want to know my vote?
You are a member of your
I've
party.
just told you that I'm not leaving the NDC
You're a member
today.
of the NDC.
Yes,
If you tell me that you are not going to vote for the NDC,
my vote
that will surprise me.
Why, exactly. So why are you asking
So
asking the
we
question.
should draw the conclusion that you support your party.
I was going to
win
say something.
the
I said I'm
presidential
thanking
elections.
President Akufo-Addo using this platform because look, now I'm the founder CEO of the Tamus Institute. I'm looking at the broader picture.
At the broader picture.
Yeah. And let me thank the president for giving the go-ahead for the Asumdue Park to be constructed. As I speak to you now.
You mean reconstructed?
Well, virtually constructed. Because there was a master plan that should have been done years ago. It wasn't done. So if another president has come and is doing it in the name of the Republic of Ghana, why not? If President Mills could get the AU to adopt Kwame Nkrumah's birthday as a special events day, if President Rawlings could build the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, if President Mills could name the first FPSO after Kwame Nkrumah, it's only right and proper that we honor our leaders. So if President Akufo-Addo today is honoring the memory of President Mills, why shouldn't we as a nation?
Do you think Akufo-Addo has done enough to deserve a second term?
I'm not here as a pundit.
You are a Ghanaian.
I'm a Ghanaian.
You are affected by the policies of this government and any other
the
government.
electorate will vote. Of course, the competition is between NDC
You are
and NPP.
part of the electorate.
It's obvious the competition is it's a two-horse race. The NDC and the NPP. The competition is between the two of them.
So you can't say whether your
When I was managing, hold on. When I was managing President Mills in 2008, I could comfortably say I was going to win that election because I knew what I was doing. Today I don't know what others are doing, so I can't speak for them.
You have no locus,
No.
and you have no understanding. I'm
not part of any strategy.
Interested?
My strategy is to make sure that Ghana remains peaceful. That's my strategy for now.
But are you not interested in getting your party back in power?
I wish them well. Same as I wish NPP well, wish the Republic of Ghana well, wish the EC well, wish all you journalists well. We must come out of December 7th December. It's like 2 months away. We're in October. September 30th.
68 days
so October,
to go.
November, December. So
but do you wish the NDC wins the election?
Stephen, why are you so enamored by that question?
Because you, let me just clarify. You are a very important member of the party.
Yes.
You have worked with a team which produced a president.
I wish
you
NDC,
you are
NDC well.
A trained communicator.
Yes, I wish NDC well.
So you cannot say that you wish your party to win?
Look, the Tamus Institute is about to get observer status for the elections, as it were. Like I said, I'm operating in even the ECOWAS.
So you want to
sustain neutrality? Yes, I need to sustain the neutrality.
But you are not neutral. You are a member of the NDC.
It doesn't. Why? There are medical doctors this morning who are MPP NDC. But as they enter the theater to go and perform surgery, critical surgery, they don't go with MPP NDC colors. But on voting day, they will vote. I'm in that capacity now. I am NDC, no two ways.
Right,
but I don't come on air to become a pundit and discuss partisan.
Right,
otherwise, my Tamus Institute will lose its identity.
But you can talk about the effects of policies on the whole nation.
Great.
Health,
so the effect of policies,
agriculture, education.
Great. Talking about education. Hopefully in November, ending, we'll be getting some group from the US. That's the Tamus Institute. And we're going to discuss this issue of education, free SHS.
That's a policy of the MPP
Yes, exactly. We are discussing that one. We are discussing the issues of governance. So we will discuss issues within the milieu.
You think the government has implemented the free SHS incredible enough to deserve a second chance?
No.
Governments are
rephrase.
Governments are changed and brought in based on performance.
Stevie, you know me. You've known me for decades. You cannot twist me around, Master. You have been with you move. You're not going to get me to ask whether because
you were talking about free SHS.
What I'm saying is that within the space of civic education, public advocacy, we will discuss the issues. You understand? One issue that is very dear to our heart as an institute, on the side of civic education, public policy. Public policy one, for example, is the issue of when presidents win, and then we have to change portraits in offices. There's this guy this man, Zelensky in Ukraine. What he has done, he said, is that appointees, put your own pictures in your offices. And so that when you're taking decisions, you look at yourself or your children and take the decisions. Don't look at me, because maybe a brony BNT, so you look at me and think that you are punishing me. Look at yourself and your children. Brilliant public policy. President Mills and I used to discuss that a lot. He was looking at the anthem and the pledge. And so if he gives you an appointment, you yourself, go and look for a part of the pledge. If it's not the whole pledge, there must be a portion that will become your personal creed with Ghana. Me, the part of the anthem that I was going to take was to cherish fearless honesty. So if President Mills had lived and got a second term and reappointed me, if you walk into my office, Stephen, what you come and see is cherish fearless honesty. So anybody who walked into my office to have any discussion, I'll point you first to that any discussion we're having here is because I cherish fearless honesty. So you are building a certain mindset that is changing the population, beginning to make us understand that our state symbols mean a lot to us beyond football matches.
And beyond political.
And beyond, exactly. And that in those symbols are embedded words of wisdom that the founding fathers breathed into the life of this nation. Because Ghana has a soul, it has a spirit. But very often, our anthem and pledge, what do? In kindergarten, in primary school, then we God bless our home and Ghana, blah, 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 blah. By secondary school, it's not too hip any longer to even talk about the pledge and the anthem. As for the time we get to university, Charlie, wait till you talk. Until it's a football match. So we've turned the thing upside down. Rather at the university, where we should be walking out with that mindset of cherish fearless honesty, resist oppressor's rule. No. So we walk into the world of work with no credo, with nothing that is an ethos around which we function. And so we are swayed by any wind. And then we now go and drop ourselves in politics, deep partisan politics, and that's where we stay.
So let me ask you, if the NDC wins elections on December 7th,
I'll make you a minister.
Would you take an appointment from the President, John Dramani Mahama?
I'll make you a minister.
Would you take an appointment?
I'll make you a minister.
But you will not be in a position to make me a minister.
Well, it just means that you are skating on thin ice. Don't drown yourself.
You won't take a position from the NDC.
You are skating on thin ice.
Would you take one from the MPP too?
I'm the founder and the CEO of the Tamus Institute. Yeah. And that's what I'm doing.
So we want to quickly take you back to the comfortable lead situation. A very soft aspect of our conversation to bring some memories of Koku Anyidoho when during the elections of 2016. Let's watch this and we'll be right back.
And President Mahama is leading akufo-addo. I repeat, we are doing our own analysis, and President Mahama is leading Nana Akufo-Addo. Out of 166 constituencies that we have done so far, the NDC of President Mahama has 50.6, and Akufo-Addo is at 49.04. I am saying that out of 166 constituencies that we have analyzed, President Mahama is at 50.6% and Akufo-Addo is at 49.04. So President Mahama is leading Nana Akufo-Addo. We want to assure our supporters and Ghanaians that President Mahama is in a comfortable lead as far as the presidential vote is concerned. Wow. Interestingly enough, when I was contesting for General Secretary, this clip was used against me. So you get people look at you and say, you lied to us. Why should you make you General Secretary of the party? You are a liar. I say, that's it. Well, you win some.
Are you happy where you are now in your party?
I'm happy where I am
today.
I'm happy where I am because I'm able to reach out to the founder and discuss the party. I'm able to reach out to President Kufuor. I'm able to reach out to President Akufo-Addo. Why? I'm able to reach out to President Mahama. Why not? If Koku Anyidoho is able to be in that level where he can speak about Ghana, I'm able to be the founder and CEO of the Tamil Institute. It's a baby that I have created. I pray. I carry it in a cradle. When I wake up, the way I pray for my children, I pray for the Tamil Institute. I'm satisfied. There's fulfillment that I'm building something that is going to outlive me and leave a more lasting legacy.
But in this A Comfortable Lead video, you put yourself in harm's way. You put yourself in people questioning your reputation and saying you lied. You just told us that you didn't lie because it was based on facts, figures you had at the time. But what made you just decide to do that?
Like I said, I was called. I'm not too sure I want to mention the name of the exact person who called me for very good reasons that I reserve for later. But when you get a call from such a senior person, government official, who says that he has been mandated by the president, the vice president, to call you as a deputy general secretary to do something, I respect authority. So if it is President Mahama who has...
Did the caller say a specific thing?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And so I did it for the party. I did it for the sake of the party. It brought life.
You also recognized it was your reputation on the line?
Well, because I wasn't lying. I suffered no reputational dissonance because I wasn't lying. If I was lying, it's a different thing. There were figures in front of me. As to whether the figures were true or not, maybe a different matter. But I was using figures. And so I spoke out of conviction. But if it becomes a stick with which people want to beat you with, well, we'll all learn lessons in life.
But there were also reports that your party couldn't collate your results. So if you couldn't collate,
I'm not going to.
What did you have at the time?
We had a collation room and a collation center. And so figures were trickling in and coming in. So at the point when I was holding this presser, it was because I had picked up some figures. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about, you understand. As to the final matters and figures, that's a different matter. But when I was speaking to stats. And so I have no qualms about that. But it's okay. I mean, we've moved on. It's almost 4 years.
It is.
It's almost 4 years. And happy moments. You live by some, you get excited by some, you just move on. But I'm happy that I've served my party well, distinctively. Never got dismissed at any point in time. Never had to resign because I did any wrong. I'm still NDC. I love the NDC.
Mr. Anyidoho, it's great having a nice conversation. I wanted to ask you, when you go to the polls, what will inform your choice to vote for candidate A or B? But obviously, you won't answer.
Oh,
right?
Blimey. You're going back again. Right. Now I'm feeling dizzy.
I'm Stephen Etienne. It's been a very interesting conversation with Koku Anyidoho, and you heard him there. There were a lot we could have loved.
A lot. Don't worry. We'll come back. There are interesting days ahead.
We'll talk again sometime. This is Selection at 360.
Thank you. Pleasure.